Hey, this is Professor Homo. Welcome to part 2 of EX6 nav buttons. We're going to do the left nav buttons. Now you can't see anything over here because they're white. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I'll change this back then once we're done, but I'm going to put my link colors over here. We just did that, and that's for all the link colors. But I'm going to put it back to black just so I could see this stuff as I'm working on it, so it doesn't look completely invisible. So I'll change that over there. Now these will be black for the time being, but then I'll put it back to white. So now I could see my text over here, and again, I can't see the bullets because there's no margin. They're off to the side, but they're there. And also notice the font changed. It's a little bigger. It's in that sans serif font, so I have some of that stuff done. But what I'm going to do here, and I'm going to scroll down here until I see my left navigation buttons. And the first thing it says to do is remove bullet and add margin left setting. So that should be pretty easy. We're just going to do the list style none, and then we're going to do a margin left and put 16 pixels. So that should be pretty easy. Okay, here's my list style none, margin left 16 pixels. Let's see what it looks like. And that's what it did. It just moved it over 16 pixels and it removed the bullets. So we're getting there. Okay, for the nav left LI, the list items, we don't have to do anything in there right now. And so we're going to basically move down to our links. And we're going to put information in there. We're going to put some styles in here for the links. It says set display to block. So I'll just set display to block. That's pretty easy. And we need that actually to use a width. So I'm going to put a width in there right away. That's pretty easy too. And we're going to use 120 pixel for the width. Make sure to put PX. And then it also says margin bottom, padding, all this stuff in here. So whatever you want to do next, I'll do padding. And I think we're going to do 8 pixels all around. We'll see how that looks. And we have to do a background color. None of this is going to look good until we put a background color. So I'm going to put a background color. And I'll use one of the background colors. I'll put in FFF and do a quick edit. And when I go into back, I'll use one of these for the background colors. I'll use this kind of middle one for now, and then I'll use the dark one for the over. So I'll use that one to be consistent. So I'll close this up, put my semicolon, and let's just see what it looks like. And this is what they look like so far. And we have to put some separation between these. So to put separation between these, we're going to put a margin bottom. That's what it says over here. So we're going to put a margin bottom. I'll put it right after I'll put it here after padding. So I'll put a margin bottom. And I'll select that. And then for margin bottom, I think I put like 12 pixels I think we used for that. I'll put a semicolon. So that should separate them out a little bit. So now they're separated out a little bit. And you know what? I could go a little wider with this. Maybe I'll go like 144. What did we use up here? Oh, we used 120 here. Yeah, use 144 down here. I think I want them a little bit longer down there. Yeah, that looks better there. They should be a little bit longer here. And there's our padding. I think that's right with our padding. We don't need as much padding on the right side. And also, what do we need? Background color, rounded corners. And that should be pretty easy. Rounded corners, we use border radius. Okay, so there's my border radius, and I put 8 pixels, and let's see how that looks. And that looks nice. And then we're going to do the box shadow, and I already have this set up, so let's go over to my other one. Remember, you could use the little box shadow generator. You could even type in, you could search box shadow generator, you'll find one of them, but I like this one, the CSS-Matic. And I'm going to put it even less than I had in the sample. I'm going to put the horizontal and vertical at 3. I'll put the blur at 6, I'll make it even less, and then the opacity at 0.3. And then what you can do is you just copy and paste this code, or you can do copy text, whatever you want. You can copy it here, and then I'll go back to brackets, and right here I'm going to paste it. And if some of these get bumped over, just hit your tab key to make it look nice. And if you need to edit any of these numbers, you can. And I'll see what it looks like. Okay, that looks pretty good. I like that drop shadow. And you can see everything looks nice. We just need a little hover color. So we have to put, that's going to be down here for the hover. And that's just going to be a background color. So let me put in background color, and I'll just use the darker of the teal color. I'll put in FFF. I'll right click, do quick edit, and then I'll just use the dark color, hit X, and put a semicolon, and that should be good. And I'm going to go over and take a look at it, and this is exactly what I want. That looks nice. These look nice. I'll go back and put the color back up to FFF up here, and I'll hit save, and I'll check it out, and this is what it should look like when you're done. Again, shouldn't take very long. but it gives you both options, whether you're going to do side navigation or top navigation. Obviously, there's a lot of variations and a lot of things you could do. I encourage you to explore with it and try different things and see what happens when you change certain settings with the CSS. But this is a good start, and you should use this file as something to keep. That's why I recommend that you put as many comments as you can with this stuff. You know, make every one of these, I'm going to require that you put a comment, just so I know that you know why it's in there. Don't just look at my thing. You should be able to do something, look at your finished product, and see why it's happening.